And we are back with Miss Joan Baker. I have a few more questions for her that I know are burning for you, so let me get to them. Now, you know, most budding or voiceover potentials, I should say, starting out trying to get into voiceover, they hear about these, because you know they go on the internet and you find all kinds of things,
yes.
And they hear about these pay-to-play sites. What do you think of the pay-to-play sites?
Well, I have mixed feelings about them, because on one hand, they're only created because it's the wish of people that want to do voiceover that don't know anything about it. So they're created on a faulty premise. So most people that go on those sites, if not almost all, rarely get work.
Okay.
There's just so many people on the sites, and there's so little jobs, and the jobs are watered down in terms of pay.
Yes, they are.
Right? So I only know of 1 or 2 people that actually make a living out of it because they audition for every single thing that comes into their email.
And no matter whether it says male or female.
Yeah, it doesn't
right?
matter. They just audition for everything,
Right.
and they really throw out the chips,
Right.
which is actually what you want to do in voiceover to get work, because we have to compete for all our jobs, basically. But it's based on kind of a faulty premise or a wishful thinking premise. But that's on one hand. On another hand, because not everyone can get an agent or has an agent, they have to have some way they're going to audition.
Let's talk about that real quickly. Should you have an agent? How do you get an agent?
First of all, absolutely have an agent, because that's going to give you access to brands to audition for that normally you wouldn't get, especially in the world of commercial and radio.
Right.
I think you should absolutely have an agent.
Okay.
I think you should, as a voiceover person, you should be able to have a conversation with agents, as well as producers, as well as casting people, as well as sound engineers. You should be able to have a conversation going so that you can talk to people and interact with them, because people are not interested in our industry right now in potential. It's no longer Lana Turner at the drugstore that has potential, right? You have to be a marketed brand when you step in front of an agent or a casting person. That's why I say your conversation, you have to know what the industry is all about.
So don't run right out and get a demo because somebody says your voice is nice.
You have to run out and get training.
Right, exactly.
First.
Exactly. So give me 3 steps. We only have time for 3 steps of what somebody who wants a voiceover career should do. 3 steps.
Okay, find a reputable trainer, someone that can train you in the craft of acting. You can go to voicebank.net. You can look up the litany of top talent agents that comes up on voicebank.net, and you can actually call them and ask who they would refer in your area, because not everyone's in a top market area. Or you can email me at joanthevoice.com, and I'll get back to you in 48 hours.
I like the email you.
Yeah.
The best in the country.
Joan the Voice at pushcreative.tv. So that's one. Second, you have to find, and hopefully the coach you have has access to, a professional producer and sound engineer that actually does it for a living.
And Joan the Voice has that in Rudy.
Oh, yes.
And Push Creative, right?
That's true. I happen to, yes. And good coaches do.
Okay.
They either have access or they themselves do them, but they do really good work. And your demo reel is your weapon to getting work. It can't be anything less than exactly what you would hear on TV.
Right.
It can't be anything less.
Right.
Also, you want to get a coach around marketing and branding. That is our audience. We're actually getting work from people that are the top branders and marketers in the industry. So you have to have some knowledge around branding, especially if you want to compete with people like me that have been doing it for 21 years and have some knowledge.
Do you use any of the people that you coach at Push Creative?
We have in the past, but normally, basically the work that we get through television networks and corporations, they usually have someone in mind, and if they don't, we will have auditions, but we go through talent agents.
Okay. We gotta give you one more question. We gotta take one more song, and then maybe somebody holding it. We'll see. I'm gonna try to put it all in there, but this is really important because I know as a singer I have this problem, and I know a lot of people have it. And because of the season, how do you take care of your voice? The flu and the colds and all of this stuff.
Well, firstly, it's something you have to do year round in terms of taking care. Most people, when they ask that, it's kind of like, oh, by the way, I have mouth noise problems, or I have dry mouth, or how do you take care of your voice? And it's something people think you do once. It's something you have to constantly do. Just like a hand model takes care of their hands, right?
That's right.
Right? So for me, singing lessons, taking care of your voice is really keeping it active, keeping it moist, keeping it in work, active, right?
Okay.
So singing lessons is one. Speech and diction. If you're not singing, you should be working on the flexibility of your tongue, the tip, the middle, and the back of your tongue. Yes, breaking it down.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Okay.
We're going to be right back, okay? It's WIFI, AM 1460, and you know, we had to cut into my baby Will. Y'all know this my baby, but he'll be back. I got to ask Miss Joan as we close. I heard two quotes that you said.
Yes.
And one is, when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. And the other thing is, it's important to me, and this is you speaking, to help people and help them fly. Why is it so important? And what do you mean by those two?
Well, one of the things that I discovered about myself that makes me tick is dreams being fulfilled. Whenever I hear, and starting when I was little, about someone's dream coming true, I got literally on fire about it. It made me excited, and I realized as an adult, that's really what I'm about. That's why I wake up in the morning, to fulfill dreams, not just my own, but other people's. And I think the greatest thing in the world, and one I'm really tapped into, is to help each other, each one of us, be our most greatest and powerful selves in the world.
Thank you. That is awesome. And you know what? I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. We're going to step on out of here. I got to give thanks to Rhythm and Spice Island Grill in Somerset, New Jersey, for sponsoring us. Southern Style Limousine, also in Somerset, New Jersey, and they're the limousine service for the R&B Bistro, and they brought Joan and Rudy all the way from New York out here just so they could be on the R&B Bistro. Remember, tell somebody about the R&B Bistro. We got to keep this going. We got big things planned for you and information for you, so you want to make sure you tell people about it. It's never too late to live your dreams. And when you do, I'll be there encouraging you, because that's what I'm put here to do. It's Venus, and I gotta go. Later.